Good morning, y'all. So, what is your attitude? Okay, what is your attitude? I was thinking about this, laughing, talking with my dad. And my dad, he sometimes mispronounces words on purpose to drive things home a little bit. And so, attitude. He says, "Boy, you better fix your altitude," when he's talking to the boys. Or, I don't know what his altitude problem was, right? And I started thinking about this in the context of DEI and the work that we do. And a lot of us are disruptors, and I love that. I even have it in my description on LinkedIn and other places that, yes, I'm a disruptor. That's what I do. I disrupt the status quo. But now here's the thing. I've been learning as I work with organizations that there are some people who are what I call productive disruptors and others who are not. And they come in with an altitude problem, and that altitude may be justifiable, but then they have no end game at all. So are you that person that walks into HR and says, "I have a problem with this particular policy or this particular approach," but then you have no strategy, you have no solutions, you have no adjustments, you have no suggestions, you just drop this information off on somebody's desk, in somebody's lap, in someone's email, and then you walk away as if that is helpful. Now, it's one thing to say, "Hey, I identify a problem and I don't have the skill set to address it." It's another thing when you do that on repeat and you have no intention of trying to find a solution, trying to help find a solution, any of that. You just hear stirring stuff up with an altitude and getting nowhere. Really, actually, what you're doing is frustrating individuals, frustrating entire organizations, frustrating exactly what you came in to fix, change, alter, disrupt for the better. Okay, so let's make sure we adjust these altitude problems, okay? I'm not saying don't have one. I got an altitude about a lot of things. I got an altitude about SCOTUS hearings. I got an altitude about policies that don't work for everyone. I have an altitude about, accessibility. I have an altitude about a lot of different things, but usually I walk in the door with some solutions, or I've done some research to find out what other people are doing successfully, or I'm talking to the people who are actually affected by the exclusion, the infraction, the problematic behavior, and they can help me to address some of these issues, or frankly, I can help them. I don't have to be the star on the stage. So what is your altitude problem, as Daddy would say? What is your attitude problem? And how can you use it to the benefit rather than using it simply to stir the pot with no objective and no end game? Okay? What's your altitude problem?